All right, thank you. It's just about that time. So I want to start by thanking everybody for joining. Today's presentation is on behalf of Northern on increasing conversions through personalization and automation. We'll be starting in just a minute and just going to give people a couple more minutes to hop on here and we'll get going. Yes, Pat, sorry, hop in here. All right, we're officially at 2:20. We have 15 minutes for today, so I'm going to kick us off. Again, thank you everyone for joining. For those who missed the intro a couple seconds ago, this is a presentation today on increasing conversion through personalization and automation. So my name is Jen. I'll start with an introduction. This is my first ever DrupalCon, and I'm so excited to be here and meet this wonderful community. Since I'm new here, I want to take a moment to introduce myself. I hold diplomas in business marketing and public relations. And since I began my career, I've held progressive marketing roles leading me to my current position as Director of Digital Marketing with Northern Commerce, which is formerly Digital Echidna. Outside of my professional life, I'm a dodgeball athlete and the president of Dodgeball Ontario. And I own two French bulldogs named Fozzie and Kermit. And yes, I'm showing a bit of my demographic here. That is a Muppets reference, obviously. Outside of my professional life, sorry, we already touched that. In my time as a marketing professional, I have worked with B2B and B2C brands, so business to business and business to consumer, spanning garbage truck and concrete manufacturing, which is where I got my start. Human resources, services of software, and now e-commerce. So this is really just to say I've done a little bit of a lot when it comes to marketing. But one thing that I've learned is that no matter the industry, well-planned marketing tactics hold evergreen value. I've continuously used marketing automation and personalization to deliver value for our clients and for brands. And I'm really happy to share some of these best practices with you today. I will start by saying what a year it's been. I'm not going to digress into the many cliches I'm sure we are all undoubtedly sick of hearing at this point. But what I will say is that 2020 was a year that absolutely no one could have imagined. With all of the uncertainties that we faced, one thing did become very clear. The time for digital transformation is now. Traditional brick and mortar sales became non-existent through extended periods. And even pure play e-commerce retailers faced new consumer demands as a result of the pandemic. Consumer behavior has almost certainly been changed forever, and it's predicted that COVID is going to have enduring effects on the way that we engage and sell to customers, and then brands should prepare to adapt to that. Now, if I can offer any reassurance, because I think it's been a difficult time for most of us, you don't have to predict the future to know what's next or to be ready for what's next. Despite of all the changes that we've been through, the fundamentals of digital marketing are as important and arguably more important than ever. To prepare for what's ahead, become agile. It's one of my biggest recommendations. Not limiting yourself to one channel or one medium is a great way to stay responsive and adaptable to whatever the landscape presents in the future. Essentially, needs and wants don't change every time a consumer switches between channels or devices. But inevitably, they are interacting via digital methods. So based on the statistic on the screen, we can see here from the Forrester report, it's predicted that 58% of retail sales are going to be digitally impacted by 2023. And this means whether somebody is buying directly online or purchasing in store, digital is going to have some measure of influence over these purchase decisions. So by delivering an omni-channel user experience, you can better understand and identify opportunities to engage with your audience in meaningful ways. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of marketing automation and personalization, I do want to take a moment to visualize the purchase journey for many customers. This is so important and something I mention and use in my day-to-day life because almost no one lands on a website ready to buy something. It does happen, but it doesn't happen often. So customers need to be nurtured into making their first purchase. and then again and again to foster repeat purchases and build brand loyalty. So to visualize this marketing funnel, top of funnel is not a sales stage at all. It is purely awareness. This is a stage where you want to educate your users and your audience and help them better understand a topic or subject matter. So this can look like something along the lines of a blog article or infographic, but the point here is education. We follow that with mid-funnel users who tend to be in more of a consideration phase. They're more educated now. They have a bit of their bearings, but we want to kick things up a notch now because this is where they want to see some of these use cases or real life scenarios that might resonate with them. So this is a great opportunity to leverage case studies or white paper guides to be able to show them how a solution could potentially benefit them. Once a user's been nurtured, they reach that bottom funnel or decision phase. And now is the time where companies can make that purchase push. Social proof, which can come in the form of something like testimonials and promotional codes, are highly effective for targeting conversions from first-time buyers and even repeat purchases. Now, to identify where people are in the funnel, I know that there's probably going to be a few people asking that question of themselves at the moment. Marketing automation is the answer. So segueing right into some of the meat of today's topic. And I mean, you've interacted with automation in your daily lives and probably haven't even thought about it. If you've ordered a pizza using an online ordering system or taken a quiz to get a customized product recommendation, and as a glasses wearer, I have absolutely done that. You've definitely engaged with some form of automation in your day-to-day lives. Leveraging automation tools using data and insights help you identify real-time conversion opportunities, which is going to be able to provide you with that insightful information when somebody is ready to buy and looking for those buying signals. Marketing automation empowers marketers with scalable conversion tools to engage their customers, whatever the stage of the marketing funnel that they're in. One of the most effective marketing automation tools I've personally used is email. Email is an owned channel, which means organizations have full ownership and control, which provides larger opportunity for reach and conversions. Pairing marketing automation with your email program can also dramatically improve your email performance. And just as a heads up, a healthy email program should have something like a 20% open rate as a minimum, earning click rates of 1.5% or more, and attribute around 20% to your overall revenue. Now, I will note, while many organizations do see around 20% of their overall revenue attributed from email, this number varies depending on the sales channel and your business goals. You can increase your conversions by leveraging high-performance marketing automations, which generate passive income for your organization. It earns money while you sleep, even. While automation can certainly increase opportunities for conversion and provide those revenue-generating moments, it can also support your overall business goals and lighten the load for some of your administrative functions. Marketing automation can handle transactional messages like appointment reminders for in-person visits, renewal notices, and even refill reminders for customers. So when we were talking about the different audiences between business to business and business to consumer, there are some different considerations that you should keep in mind. There's some nuances between the two. B2B marketing efforts are all about relationship building. B2B customers are seeking expertise, return on investment, and often time-saving solutions that are going to help impact their business and make some sort of efficiency change for them. So essentially, B2B marketing is very logical and it's informational because it needs to speak to decision makers in a way that empowers them to solve a problem. Compelling B2B content can include webinars, 30-day trials, and industry reports, just to name a few. But the key here is that these different pieces of content should be useful to the user, but also slightly incomplete. You don't want to give them everything. By making the full solution something customers need to purchase, these touch points become influential breadcrumbs that lead them down that path to purchase. I have often seen and recommended doing things with automations based on content type or content pillar, and then scheduling a drip campaign that spans days or even weeks, depending on your specific product or service. And then you can nurture your prospects through this drip campaign to move into the next stage of the marketing funnel. For instance, using the examples I gave just a moment ago, if a lead comes in and downloads an industry report, you might want to invite them to a webinar that relates to that content coming up in a few weeks. And if they attend the webinar, then you can trigger an automation offering them a 30-day free trial incentive. Basically, each of these successful conversions is working to move closer to that purchase decision and turn prospects into those loyal customers that you're looking to achieve. Another common denominator of B2B marketing compared to B2C is a longer sales cycle. Since many purchase decisions are larger, these are longer term investments, and they're being made on behalf of an organization rather than an individual, purchase decisions just frankly tend to take longer to close when we're talking B2B. This is just another benefit of using marketing automation because you can play the long game and you can develop a series of timely value adds based on a specific formula of touch points that you know are going to create these opportunities to further engage someone with your brand or your organization. And you don't have to do all of the heavy lifting of planning and managing individual marketing campaigns. Sometimes even, depending on the purchase lifecycle, could be over the course of a year. So now where B2B is very logical and very informational, B2C sort of flips things around. Business to consumer is most influential when you're speaking directly to a consumer's emotional state of mind. One of the most powerful is, quite frankly, FOMO, fear of missing out. So for B2C brands, using tactics such as scarcity or limited time promotions, and frankly, just some good old fashioned fun are very highly effective at driving conversions and making people want to engage and want to make that purchase. At Northern, we recommend a welcome series and an abandoned cart email automation as the two absolute must-have automated flows for clients. A welcome series is step one, which is the marketing automation cliche of basically only getting one chance to make a good first impression. Welcome series is triggered once a subscriber signs up to receive communications from a brand. They may have never purchased from you before. The welcome flow should introduce your brand or your organization, what to expect from the email program and future emails, and even incentivize users for having signed up. And I think everybody in the crowd today can say that they've pretty regularly received 10 to 30% promotional offers for signing up to receive email. So at Northern, we do recommend having a 2 to 3 email welcome series to better achieve conversion performance. Giving yourself one chance off of one email is a lot of expectation to put on the performance of your flow. And you never know exactly where that person is. And maybe they get pulled away, maybe they missed the email. So doing a multi-series welcome flow gives you better opportunities to engage and get that conversion. The second one here is abandoned cart. And this is staggering for me. Studies show that nearly 70% of all online shopping carts are abandoned. And that number does appear to be going up year over year. And that's a big number, clearly. This is why absolutely every single B2C brand should have an abandoned cart series. Now, looking at the numbers from Black Friday, Cyber Monday, this is something to keep in mind. 2020, Black Friday alone brought in $9 billion and Cyber Monday brought in $10 billion. It actually set a record for being the largest shopping online day in US history. So with that in mind, ahead of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it's a great time to check in and give some extra attention to your abandoned cart. Because this shows that studies show that abandoned cart is the top performing automation for brands over the busiest retail period of the year. So an abandoned cart series can tell customers that they've left a highly rated product in their cart, which sort of tiptoes into this territory. But they're going to love this, give them that dopamine push. There's only a few items left or a few items remaining, which gives them that sense of scarcity, or a limited time offer that something's waiting for them at checkout. And I know we see a lot of promotion codes floating around, but even offering free shipping or a small bonus product is absolutely beneficial to creating conversions and getting people to come back. And I think especially during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we are presented with an abundance of choice for sales and good deals. And so sometimes people hold out and they want to wait to see if something better comes along. So that abandoned cart is highly effective at hooking them and bringing them back to the site to complete their purchase. Beyond these two essential automations, there's additional, more segmented automations that brands can leverage to unlock even greater conversion opportunities. This includes something like a VIP segment. Anybody who might be a part of Sephora's loyalty program might recognize this, the Sephora Rouge. They do have their sale going on this week for anybody who might want to take a peek at it. That is a VIP automation, giving early access and early offers to people who are part of a high value. And that could be based on customer lifetime value, average order value. Maybe they've been very vocal about loving your brand and being a brand advocate. Segueing here, also post-purchase, which is something after someone makes a purchase, encouraging them to leave a review or share some social proof as to how they thought about the product or the purchase experience. Browse abandonment, which can be set up to trigger after somebody views a high value area of your site, whether that's a product page or maybe even, the contact us page of your website. Additionally, there's also upsell marketing automations, which are super effective. This is a great time of year. I think a lot of us are starting to go back into spring cleaning mode when it comes to our closets. Maybe you're out on the hunt for some new t-shirts, but an upsell marketing automation could then follow up and offer you opportunities to then purchase shorts or sandals or sunglasses that complement the buying behavior from the t-shirt and give additional conversion opportunities. Now, in terms of what's ahead and some trends to keep an eye on, this is one of the biggest ones that I see laying ahead on the horizon, and I think it's going to be a huge portion of Black Friday, Cyber Monday through Q3, Q4 this year, and that is mobile. Predominantly what we're seeing is in our client world, a lot of users are visiting and engaging with content and brands through mobile devices. So enter the future of marketing automation. I would say that SMS and MMS should be two of your favorite acronyms moving forward. SMS, which is short send messaging, are text-based mobile messages, whereas MMS, which is multimedia messaging services, is like SMS, but with additional media support like pictures or audio. SMS and MMS can help bridge the gap between in-person and online shopping experiences because of their speed, immediacy, and the ability to have two-way conversations. For this reason, SMS and MMS are becoming increasingly more popular with both brands and consumers. And I will absolutely emphasize here that consumers, I don't know how many of us are waking up in the morning like me and checking your phone right away, or it's the last thing you check at night. But some studies are showing that SMS can achieve open rates as high as 98%. And if you recall, a 20% open rate on email is what makes for a healthy email program. So I don't know about you, but 98% to me feels completely wild and unrealistic. I never would have thought this is possible, but some studies are starting to show that that is possible through SMS. And perhaps even more interestingly is that they're being read in as little as 3 minutes. I feel like more people, because they're so attached to their mobile devices, are more quick to engage and see a mobile message even over email. So SMS is highly effective at achieving conversations and conversions in real-time two-way communication with mass demographic appeal. And I mean, my parents are in their 60s and my mom had never been on a Zoom call until now. So she's even engaged with SMS and has started to prefer to receive communications that way. And it's also very affordable. So something to keep in mind, I would say that the price for SMS might shock you, especially for anybody who's managing email or a paid media or paid advertising account. SMS is very, very affordable. Even more intriguing is that Klaviyo reports only 11% of brands on Klaviyo are currently sending promotions through SMS and MMS. I do see a comment here in the crowd about until we burn out SMS. That will be a difficulty, but there's not a lot of competition at the moment. So while this is still an emerging opportunity, an emerging trend, there's plenty of room to stand out. So it's a great area to explore. Absolutely, there are some spam text sections and detections that need to be considered. One thing that I like to promote is considering getting into a toll-free number and a dedicated toll-free number, because it allows your brand to look distinct and unique. And it also helps with delivery. Brands can add SMS to their marketing mix through automations like abandoned cart or birthday promotions, and frankly, even flash sales. This is something that I'm starting to see more and more of. Adding SMS to transactional messages, though, too, is highly effective. So you can deliver things like order shipment notifications or shipping delays to add even further depth to delighting your customers in a way that they prefer to be reached. So I'm saving the best for last year, because this is an area, honestly, I could have taken 15 minutes to talk about personalization alone. Everything we've talked to today supports a healthy conversion rate and supports a long-standing, scalable conversion program within your marketing efforts. Now, it starts to expand and grow and really take off when you add in personalization. So I'm going to paint a scenario here. If anybody's ever had an interaction with somebody who just got you, I might have been a first date situation or somebody that you connected with at work, But if you've ever met somebody who just understood your sense of humor and you had a really engaging conversation, and if you met them a few times, but it's been a while, but they still remembered things about you, reflect on what you got from that interaction. You probably felt pretty good, and you might have even had a bit of a mood booster, like, gosh, I can't wait to talk to this person again. That's truly the power of personalization. So listening to your customers, learning their preferences and their habits, and then utilizing this information to create a personalized experience are very key to achieving high conversion rates and increasing your customer lifetime values. Over to the left-hand side of the screen, we found there's studies that support that like 91% of consumers are more likely to shop with brands who recognize, remember, and provide relevant offers to them. So if, I'm a dog owner, if I were to be getting promoted, cat food, that's not super relevant to me. So it's less engaging for me if I'm not being served content that matters to me. So I know personalization might sound like a bit of a mountain to climb, but honestly, getting started can be very simple. Many marketing automation tools allow for personalization strings to be included in something like your email subject line. And this can be a great way to get testing and started with personalization if you've never used it before. I would recommend running an A/B test to see if including something like your subscriber or your customer's first name in the subject line boosts your open rates and therefore supports greater conversion opportunities compared to a non-personal subject line. Now, that's really the tip of the iceberg. There's so many other opportunities within personalization that you can start to leverage. One of which is segmentation, which is creating different audience groups within your customer or your subscriber data to be able to understand what their purchase behavior is like or what their preferences are, even some of their demographical information. And some of these marketing automation platforms actually have predictive analytics that are going to be able to tell you, even if they've never told you their gender, might be able to predict what their gender is and what type of offers they would like to see. So this can then be segued into dynamic content blocks. So showing them products that are specifically tailored to their purchase behavior and their preferences. And I will bring back VIP again, because VIP, you might want to offer them a juicier deal or a more enticing incentive because of their high value and their average order values in comparison to a standard customer. So personalization is absolutely an area that I recommend spending a lot of time trying to understand and test and explore, because the more relevant the offer is, the higher the chance is that you are going to generate revenue from that interaction. Now, in terms of marketing automation tools, this is another one I could have spent an entire 15-minute session about, but marketing automation tools come in all shapes and sizes, and they all have varying costs. Robust platforms like Acquia, I've got Campaign Studio up here on screen, which may be familiar to some of you. Salesforce and Adobe offer advanced features. These ones all have advanced features and functionality. Mid-market solutions look like platforms such as Klaviyo, Omnisend, and HubSpot, which are absolutely fantastic, but they might dip a little bit below that enterprise level for larger organizations or more robust needs. Or if you're just getting started and want an easier introduction into things, then an email automation platform such as MailChimp or Privy is a very user-friendly introduction to get yourself started and engaging in these different marketing automation opportunities. Sometimes where the differences lie between an enterprise level platform versus a more basic platform is within analytics and some of the personalization and customization options. So if you're a true marketer like me who lives deeply into the data, then you might not have the same kind of capabilities with analytics and reporting and segmentation, say, on MailChimp as you would through Acquia. But I realize we're getting close to time too, so I'm going to try to wrap things up because I know there's probably a few questions. Just to close things out today, Northern is a partner with Acquia, Salesforce, Adobe, and Klaviyo. Our team's got full service expertise in marketing automation solutions across a bunch of different industries. So if there's anything we've chatted about today that you have some additional questions about, I absolutely welcome you to join us at the Northern booth. We're happy to answer any questions and see how we might be able to support your organization. But quite frankly, we would just love to meet you and have a conversation. So I would encourage you to drop by. There's a very friendly group there that are either wearing Northern apparel or Buffalo plaid that are happy to chat your ear off and show you their pets too. So go drop by and answer those questions or ask those questions, and we're happy to walk you through. But that's it for me. So thank you, everyone. I will see a couple questions here. And I will flip those over to the folks that are going to be at the Northern booth so that we can support and provide some follow-up. And for anyone who's curious about the presentation itself, happy to share it with you. I will go ahead and make sure that it's in a friendly PDF form and give everybody access to that. So feel free to find me and I'm happy to share. But as a first-time Drupaler, I'm just so thankful for all of you for coming, and thank you for everyone being here today.